Namaste, Hari Om. Welcome to Shevadhi channel. Today happens to be a very auspicious day of Vaikuntha Ekadashi and also Gita Jayanti. And it is believed that those who observe fast on this day and worship the God and take the darshan of the God will attain salvation or moksha. It is our ultimate desire to attain self-realization or moksha, yet we all hesitate to talk about the ultimate reality or the eventuality of life, which is death. Nobody can stop it. It will happen in everybody's life. Especially this year has been terrible given the pandemic situation that is gripping the entire world. And in our family side, many of our closed ones left this mortal world, not due to COVID, but due to various health issues and age-related conditions. And it is hard to come to terms with somebody's demise. But at that time, when we read our scriptures like Bhagavad-Gita, wherein the Lord Krishna tells us to realize that whatever that happens at the time of the death to the physical body, it is like the body has worn out and it cannot sustain that soul any longer. So that is why we just leave that body. And we have to realize that it is just the physical body that is not there with us, but the soul will live on. And we have to try to come to terms with it and take the support of the scriptures and use that as our anchor to live on, because we still have to perform some duties while we live our life on this earth. It's easier said than done, but we have to come up with different ways to handle that grief. Why am I talking about this is recently my uncle, my mother's elder brother passed away. Yes, granted, he was suffering from age-related health issues. His memory was affected greatly. But even though it was difficult to see him suffer like that, we wanted him to be around with us physically. But also there is a saying that when we see a person struggling to be in that condition, we have to, when that person has to depart this world, we really have to give that feeling of satisfaction to that soul that you have lived a very good life. So because the soul carries those emotions or whatever that experiences as vasanas to the next life. So we want that person to have a happier and contented life in the next birth, or whatever form that soul takes when it moves on. So just wanted to talk about my uncle or Sodara Mava. His name is Anantaraman, and I called him Karma Mava because he had a great passion for photography. And all my childhood photos are courtesy his photography skill, and he always he was the unofficial official photographer for all our family functions, be it a birthday or a wedding, and he would actually so willingly do it. And he was an engineer. Back in those days, he had secured a gold medal, and he was interested in science, maths, and astronomy, astrology, and he was an intellect. He could just solve any problem. I remember when I was in 7th grade, I was dealing with a statistics problem, some calculation of mean, median, or something, and I was struggling, and he happened to visit us, and he just told me, like, within as soon as I showed him that problem and I told him, he just solved it for me within 1 minute, and he showed me exactly how to approach that problem. I still remember that thing. And apart from that intellectual side of him, he was known for his quick wit, and he would lighten up any situation. And the thing is, he could mingle with anybody, irrespective of the age. He would play with the kids and crack jokes. At the same time, he would converse about any topic on the earth. So we, in fact, looked forward to his visits. And he worked as an engineer for a CMTI, which is Central Manufacturing Technology Institute, as an engineer and a scientist. And in fact, he was the first person from my mother's family side to go abroad. He was sent to Germany twice by his company for projects related work. And it was a big deal for us back then. It was in early 1980s, I believe. And for us, it was seeing the airport and aeroplane. It was a big deal for us back then in India. In fact, all of us had gone to the airport in Bengaluru to bid him farewell on his first trip to Germany. And when he got back from Germany, and he would tell us how he used to cook rice, and he would just put a packet of rice in a rice cooker, and it would just cook on its own. And he would tell us about the microwave and how things are, and how the milk and the curd will be so thick, and he had to use a knife to cut it. And we are all vegetarians. He was also a vegetarian. So and all his Germany visit experiences, and we would sit around him and listen to all those things. And apart from these things, he had many hobbies. Photography was his passion. He had learned that on his own, and he was an ace photographer. And apart from it, he was interested in chess, carom, tennis, and cricket. When we used carom, whenever my Mava aimed at a pawn, we knew that is gone because he would never miss his target. And chess, obviously, he played very well, and he taught us also. And I remember cricket. In those days, there was no television, and there would be actually all my Mavas and my aunts, they're all interested in cricket. They would be like huddling around a radio, listening to the runs score, and they would actually write down, who made how many runs. It was really fun, and my Ma was always ready to try new things, and he would encourage us to do so. Basically, such a fun person to be with. He was a great mentor as well. He taught us, it's like practically he told us and showed us how to do something. So he was a person of both, high IQ and EQ. EQ, actually, that term wasn't there when he was, when we were young, but back then itself, he was a great combination of both IQ and EQ. We really miss him a lot. But my cousins and my all my family members, everybody, we are actually remembering the nice time that we had with him. I feel that's the way that we should do it, because it is believed that the soul will actually, until it reaches the next phase in its journey, it will actually sense all the emotions from the the family members or its friends and whatever circles of the people. It can sense it, so we don't want to give the negative feelings to that soul. So that is what we are trying to do. And another great he also, actually my Mava also was the great connection between me and my cousin Shubha. And whenever I visited my grandmother's place in Bengaluru, he would bring my cousin Shubha. She and I are just few days apart. We are same age, and whenever I visited, he would bring her there. And my aunts and uncles were so accommodating that we would stay together in their house and with all my other little cousins, and we would have a great time. Those are the times that we still remember, and all the great times that we had thanks to him. He would take us around, and the only thing that hurt us is that a person of that great intellect, he had to have that type of memory issues, and he had to suffer quite a bit during the last few years of his life. But the only solace there is he has an excellent caring, loving family with him, and they took care of him like a child at that time. He was like he had become like a child who had to be taken care of in pretty much every aspect. So they tended to him so well, and even his granddaughter took care of him so well, like a mother that would care for a child. So I think whatever good things, and he lived like a true karma yogi. That's what I feel. So he was blessed with that good family, and that is very comforting. To know that he was cared for in a very nice manner. We are grateful to his family, and really an example for everybody to emulate. And as I mentioned, my cousin Shubha and I had a very great time together. We still converse about these things, our childhood days, and she was blessed and had the opportunity to spend her formative years with Camera Mama, that she fondly called him Apachi Mama. And I will let her talk about her life with Mama. And in fact, Camera Mama was her father figure. She is actually, I requested her whether she will be willing to, talk about her time with Camera Mama, and she, kindly obliged. Thank you, Shubha, for it. This, we are doing this just as a. It is not. I mean, it's like our tribute to our, Mava, and at the same time, it will just kind of like trying to help people who are dealing with this inevitable phase. We eventually have to handle this thing, whether we like it or not. So we just feel that this might help somebody somewhere. That's all. Yeah, and my Mama obviously will live in our minds and in our hearts until we are on this earth. So that's all. Om Shanti. Hari.
When my cousin Manju my sister, she asked me to talk about life with Apache. I was like stunned, thinking what to talk about Apache, and I think no words can describe my life or my time spent with Apache. Words feel short, my emotions will feel short, because he's a great personality for me. I think he's still with us. Each day, for each experiences I have lived with him, is going to be with me forever. So for me, Apache is a great human being. He's always been helping others, taking care of people around him, giving everyone what they wanted. He's an intellectual. I don't know, the adjectives feel short describing him. I just can't say I'm going to miss him, but I still feel he's with me, around us, is what I would say. Apache I've spent my childhood with him, all until I studied. Each day has been with Apache, and he has played all roles for me. He has been a great parent, doing both a father's role and a mother's role, each day taking care of me, a teacher's role, a friend's role, everything. So I see him in all roles, and I admire him for everything. I think as simple as taking care of my daily needs, making sure I ate well. He like a mother who waits for a child to return from school or college. If I'm late for a few minutes, he used to really wait outside till I arrived. I made sure I ate well, and he used to bring a lot of food, and that's the reason I think from childhood he's been getting a lot of food, sweets, different savories, and that's the reason I've named him Apache, is what my elders used to say. So I think as a father, when I used to go to exams, filling out applications, making me study, waking me up early in the morning, or helping me in whatever issues I had. If any doubts I had, he was the person on any subject he could clear out. As a teacher, he was there to guide me. I think words fall short. I think he has done everything a person can expect, and I never felt I was staying away from my parents. It was much more than that. He has taken care every single minute. I have seen him guide many people who used to come home in various subjects. We could talk to him, and he could explain everything from mathematics, physics, astrology, astronomy, and people have come and taken guidance from him for various on careers and stuff like that. So he is an all-rounder. I think he has also taught us how to play games. I think I've learned all those caroms and chess, which we used to spend evenings chatting around all topics in the world. After he used to come back from office, and we used to just sit and chat everything and then we used to do night sky gazing. I think he taught me how to locate few planets some days. I think he was literally an all-rounder. I haven't seen any other person who can do everything in one. So I still remember the days when I got married and moved out. He was the first person to wish me on my birthdays or anniversaries. So the first call was always him. So he's always, and he's also known as Camera Mama by many. He was an amazing photographer. So he used to capture every moment for all events in our families. He used to be the sole camera person, clicking and making memories. So he has taken so many pictures of all the events. We cherish each one of them today. And I think we really miss him each day as we go through those memories. I wish we could chat on the world. And he's such a humorous person. He used to crack jokes on everything we do together. At times we used to cook together, or we used to watch TVs or movies. He used to crack jokes on so many personalities, and it used to be such a humorous time we have spent over the years. And even while driving across, seeing some traffic lights or people around, he used to crack jokes. I think I never felt a little bit bored also with him around. So he used to bring so much humor to all of us. So I remember watching even cricket matches, tennis matches. He was an ardent tennis fan, cricket fan. So we all spent so much time watching together all those matches, learned a lot about sports. I think every field, take it, he has been an expert, and he has learned a lot. He has made us learn a lot, actually. So I don't know what more to say. Each day has been a great learning with him, and he always used to bless us and take care of all our needs. We miss him dearly every day. Last few days he had to go through a lot of sufferings. Always wonder, I used to ask why is he going through so much suffering, but yeah, I think that was one thing we always wonder. A person who did so much for others, he went through a lot of health issues, but was happy that he had a family who took care of him very well. I really miss him, and I feel like listening to his voices. So as I'm speaking to you guys today, still searching for all old pictures he has clicked or voice recordings we have, to just listen through him and be a part of those memories. I think he was a gem of a person. I haven't seen anyone like him or close to him so far, and I will never ever see him. So I think it is an era. That's all I could say. Thank you.
Om.